When I was about 11, I became aware that Doctor Who wasn't real. I knew that it wasn't real. I knew that it wasn't real, but I became aware that the Doctor wasn't going to come in the TARDIS and take me up into outer space. And that, no joke, nearly made me kill myself. I had such a profound sense of self-hatred and self-loathing and complete lack of self-worth as a child that I read fantasy books, and I read sci-fi books. I watched things like Doctor Who and Star Trek and things that put you into another world. I became fascinated with cabaret, not the musical, but the art form, because it takes you out of where you are and puts you into another world. And through those, I built someone who didn't exist. But the foundations were so rocky because I was so young, and also the material was very complex and so far removed from where I was. I'm from a suburb in Dublin. I'm not, in a spaceship in the 51st century. It's not feasible that I could even equate where I was to what I wanted to be. And it destroyed me, and it has destroyed me, essentially. I have no real personality. I don't know who I'm looking at right now at all. I don't know who's speaking. I don't know what her wants, what her desires are. I don't know what she wants to do. I don't know how she feels about things, truly, as opposed to what she wants to portray to feel. I don't know if it's just my kind of inability to oftentimes empathize with things genuinely. This makes me sound like a very bad person, and I honestly don't know if I'm not a bad person. And that's a very, very scary thing to admit out loud. I think maladaptive daydreaming is such a problem. And I understand that escapism and having a creative outlet, even if it's just sitting and staring at a wall listening to music, is so important for so many people, as well it should be. But we get to the point where we have people on TikTok building entire personas, and I don't know whether it's real or not. I have no hatred towards the shifting community. Please don't dox me. Creating this personae and then moving to another universe, feasibly to have sex with Sebastian Stan as Bucky. Very strange, very strange. Or to get away from who they are. And I think it is a indication of how separated we've become from genuineness as a society. And a lot of that is to do with the rise of social media. These things are now so accessible to especially young people. We're seeing these whole worlds be built online, and oftentimes none of it is real.
Social media isn't real.
I mean, it comes from something as fundamental as someone photoshopping their body on an Instagram photo. And then we move into this whole creating a world in your brain that is then translated into the act of, oh my God, I have so many thoughts and they're coming in at once, and it's really hard to separate like what I want to say and what doesn't make any sense. I don't know if it's just ADHD. I don't know if it's my OCD. I don't know if it's just me. But that is so frustrating that I am so separate from myself that I can't think. I'm actually very, very smart. Unfortunately, hate to break it. I'm very clever, but I cannot put one fucking foot in front of the other to make a cohesive argument, a cohesive sentence, anything remotely kind of tangible or understandable. I feel like I've destroyed myself. And I know that's overdramatic and so separated considering what is happening everywhere right now. But I feel like I'm reaching for someone who's slowly dissipating into the mist. And I cannot, no matter how hard I try, I cannot get her back. And it's very heartbreaking to me that I look at that 9-year-old, 10-year-old, 11-year-old little girl in family photos and in videos that were taken of me when I was much younger, and I feel no sympathy for her. Absolutely no empathy. I hate her with every fiber of my being. And it's one thing to hate who you were as a child. I think most people dislike themselves fundamentally when they're young. It's another thing to actively try and kill that person. Sometimes I think there's elements of the self that need to be killed, and then there's other times where they don't. And I don't know which ones I need to separate now, because I am a mix of TV shows and books and quotes and colors and music, and I sort of can't really make out myself anymore in the mess of things. I just feel like I've failed myself. I look at my friends, and they're real people. Do you know what I mean? They have wants, they have things they do that make them feel like themselves. Nothing makes me feel like myself. Not a single thing. I don't have somewhere I can retreat because I've made everywhere hostile in my dislike of myself. Anywhere I populate, I hate. I can't keep living like this because I'm worried that it will kill me. It's killed people I know, and I don't want to feel this way anymore. I want to be a person. I just want to be like human. I don't feel human at all. I feel like something wearing a human skin. And I write music, and it's so self-pitying. I'm 21, I'm 22 this year, I'm 22 in 4 months. And I have no inner world, inner life at all. I feel like a shell. I don't know, maybe it's just me, or maybe other people feel this way. I really hope I worded at least something correctly, and that maybe one person at least can relate. Just had to get that off my chest. Stay alive.